Exploring Canaan, the land of promise. In the wilderness of Sinai, the Israelites had endured years of trials and tribulations since their liberation from Egyptian bondage. Now, as they stood at the threshold of Canaan, the promised land flowing with milk and honey, a new chapter in their journey was about to unfold. Moses, their venerable leader, addressed the vast congregation of Israelites camped at Kadesh Barnea. He chose two faithful spies, Joshua and Caleb, to embark on a mission to explore the land of Canaan, the land promised to their ancestors. The anticipation among the people was palpable as they prepared to send these two scouts into the land of promise. The Israelite camp at Kadesh Barnea, stretching out across the wilderness, a sea of tents and temporary dwellings. Moses, a figure of wisdom and authority, standing before the congregation, his face illuminated with the lingering glory of God's presence. The congregation's eager anticipation as they gathered to hear Moses' instructions. The selection of Joshua and Caleb, two trusted and faithful leaders, to embark on the mission of exploring Canaan. Joshua and Caleb, disguised as travelers, ventured into Canaan. They marveled at the fertile fields, abundant orchards, and flowing rivers of milk and honey. As they journeyed deeper into the land, they encountered the Canaanite cities, fortified and teeming with inhabitants. The spies observed the land in secret, noting its beauty and potential. The sun cast long shadows over the rugged terrain as Joshua and Caleb moved through the land. They beheld the lush fields, their rich soil promising bountiful harvests, and witnessed the vibrant orchards, laden with fruit of every kind. The Jordan River, with its clear waters, glistened in the sunlight, a lifeline for this fertile land. As they ventured deeper, the silhouette of fortified cities emerged on the horizon, a testament to the strength of the Canaanite inhabitants. Their journey led them to the valley of Eshel, a place of abundance. Here, the vineyards stretched for acres, their vines heavy with clusters of grapes. Joshua and Caleb's eyes widened in amazement. They selected a single cluster, but its size was so immense that it took both of them to carry it. These grapes symbolized the richness and abundance of Canaan, serving as a tangible proof of God's promise. The valley of Eshel welcomed them with open arms, its vineyards a testament to the land's abundance. Rows upon rows of grapevines stretched as far as the eye could see, laden with clusters of grapes glistening in the sunlight. Filled with hope and carrying samples of Canaan's produce, Joshua and Caleb returned to the Israelite camp at Kadesh Barnea. They unveiled the fruits of Canaan before Moses, Aaron, and the congregation, emphasizing the land's fertility and its potential to become the inheritance of God's chosen people. The Israelite camp at Kadesh Barnea welcomed the returning spies with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. As Joshua and Caleb presented the fruits of Canaan, the air was thick with anticipation. The produce, a testament to the land's fertility, spilled forth from their baskets, a tangible display of God's promise. Before Moses, Aaron, and the assembled multitude, they laid out their findings, each piece of fruit a glimpse into the future that awaited them. However, their report was met with mixed reactions. 10 of the 12 spies recounted the challenges they had witnessed, the fortified cities, the formidable inhabitants, and the obstacles that lay ahead. The majority of the Israelites grew fearful, doubting God's promise and their ability to conquer Canaan. As the spies recounted their journey, the atmosphere in the camp grew somber. 10 of them spoke of the challenges that loomed ahead, the cities with their high walls, the Canaanite warriors, and the daunting task of conquest. Fear began to take hold among the people, doubt creeping into their hearts. The majority started to question the promise of God, their confidence wavering. Caleb and Joshua, in stark contrast, passionately urged the people to trust in God's power and faithfulness. They emphasized that the land could be possessed if they remained steadfast in their faith. However, the majority's doubt prevailed, leading to widespread fear and disbelief. With unwavering conviction, Caleb and Joshua stepped forward, their voices echoing through the camp. They implored the people to remember the miracles God had wrought, the plagues of Egypt, the parting of the Red Sea. They spoke of the grapes of Eshel, a tangible manifestation of the land's abundance. Their words were infused with faith, their plea clear: trust in God, and He would deliver Canaan into their hands. Yet, despite their impassioned plea, the majority clung to their fear, and doubt held sway. The Israelites' lack of faith in God's promise had consequences. It was decreed that they would wander the wilderness for 40 years, 1 year for each day the spies had explored Canaan. Only Joshua and Caleb, who had remained faithful, would enter the promised land. As the reality of their doubts settled in, a heavy decree was handed down. For each day the spies had explored, the Israelites would wander the wilderness for a year. 40 years stretched ahead, a consequence of their lack of faith. Only Joshua and Caleb, the stalwart and faithful, would be permitted to enter the land promised by God. A new generation, unburdened by the doubt of their predecessors, stood on the cusp of Canaan. Joshua, now appointed by Moses as his successor, would lead them across the Jordan River into the long-awaited promised land. This journey marked not only a physical transition but also a spiritual one, signifying a new beginning for God's chosen people. Reflecting on the story of exploring Canaan, we see a testament to faith, obedience, and the fulfillment of God's promises. Joshua and Caleb's unwavering trust in God's power and faithfulness served as a beacon of hope for generations to come. Canaan, the promised land, represented not only a physical destination but also a symbol of God's faithfulness and the reward of unwavering trust.